All right, everyone. We are live now. Sorry, I am late. I know. Our daughter. I was just telling everyone in Discord, uh, that our daughter is having a little bit of trouble falling asleep, so I wanted to be able to help and get her to bed. As you guys know, family always comes first for everybody, whether it's my team, whether it's anybody in the community. Um, that's just how we do things, because that's just the most important thing to me. That everyone gets to, do what they need to do for their family. If you want. I mean, I know some people it doesn't matter. I know that, but whatever. Anyway, let's get into this. So as we've talked about before, previous podcasts, just discussions in general on Twitter or whatever. Speaking of, everybody that's reaching out to me on Twitter, um, that are like, "Holy crap, you have been tweeting out for months." I am shadow banned, guys. Like I've been mentioning this quite a bit lately. Um, that I have been shadow banned by Twitter for probably since Thanksgiving. Um, I really noticed this whenever when I was trying to host spaces and hold. That's a big reason we're hanging out in Discord to do our podcast because, well, Twitter just doesn't like us. So we're sticking to our Discord. That's why we don't really host spaces anymore because, well, I can put one on and I might have 10 people able to show up because that's all they can see, the Twitter space that's actually going on. So that's, you know, I'm kind of trying to make it to where we all are more um, located in the Discord because we're not censored here. We're not at risk of, people, one entity or whoever saying, "Oh, you can't say that," or causing any kind of chaos or blocking an account or whatever. I mean, YouTube might do it to us, but that's YouTube. Um, Twitter's just been doing that to a lot of people. I saw that Ghost has been having he like Twitter had him unfollow four of his close friends. I have I, this isn't like a clout thing. It's nothing like that. It's just something I've noticed. I've been trying to keep track of this for a few months. In the last like week or so, I've lost 100 followers or something. And I chalk it up to maybe people don't like talking about the metaverse or NFTs or crypto, or maybe it's just bot accounts. I whatever the case may be. I try not to. I really hope people don't just unfollow me. That's kind of sad. But either which way. So yeah, we're trying to bring light to that because there's a lot of the Ape Nation, AMC, GME, whatever, um, people that are calling out the corruption and all this crap. There's a lot of those accounts that are, having this kind of BS happen to. So I do appreciate everyone that's reached out and, said, "Hey, you're still alive." Yes, I am. So, but yeah, we're gonna. Hey, Brenda, Queen of Swords, what's going on? Um, so let's dive into this. So, uh, can I text in Discord? Yeah, D. So, if you guys want to talk in the Discord, it is here. Um, I'm going to D. I'll tag you. D and at everyone. So if you are in the Discord and you want to type to all of us in here, you are more than welcome to type in the Trade Talk chat and I will answer it immediately. It's kind of where I know where to talk. Anybody that is new to the Discord, uh, I appreciate you guys being here. One, two, um, sorry, it was vague. Um, sorry for podcast chat, letting people know where to type. Okay, so but welcome to the Discord, guys. It's kind of a hodgepodge right now. I'm trying to figure out how to kind of clean it up and condense it and make things a little bit better and easier to maneuver around because I know there's a lot. Um, but anything that is under the bullpen, where we are right now, where the Trade Talk stage, Trade Talk video, Trade Talk chat, any of the announcements, any of that stuff in the bullpen is for the podcast. So I will know where to look at when I am talking to you guys and broadcasting. So, I do try to click around and look into the break room or market chat where everybody talks. But for the most part, that's where we're at. So it will get cleaned up here soon. Um, yeah. So if you have anything, I made 10 million off of those. 10 million of those cards. Send me a MetaMask wallet. Pew pew. What? Oh. Okay. If you have MetaMask wallet, let me know. I made this. Oh, okay. Let me show this. All right. We have always sad but truthful. Holy, that is so cool. Good job. I really like that. Great job, boys. Are you in here? No, he's not. Oh. Um. All right, always. We're gonna have to. You have to come in here at some point. Great job, boys. That's a very cool NFT. Um. Anyway, so as we've talked about previously with everything, all the global conflict right now, like there's a lot of tensions, there's a lot of, just craziness kind of going on. And this is, if you live in the States, I want people to be aware because, I know it's easy to get kind of sucked up into our own little bubble and not pay attention, but there's, there's a lot going on. And it has been for months. We've discussed it, but Russia and the Ukraine situation. Um, so they're trying to negotiate right now. Russia Russia doesn't want Ukraine part of NATO, but the states and different European countries and everything they're trying to protect Ukraine. Um, Putin basically put out a list of demands, and well, as we know, that's never going to be a thing. So. Documents delivered on Wednesday rejected a few of the demands as non-starters and listed several Western concerns about Russia's behavior that would have to be part of the reciprocal agreement, and those by necessity would take time. In a brief speech, and then in response to reporters' questions, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said that said the responses from the United States and NATO were drafted together and approved by President Biden after weeks of consultations with allies and Ukraine. The American response, Mr. Blinken said, sets out a serious diplomatic path forward should Russia choose it. So they're trying. Um, but as we know, uh, this is not going to go easily, right? If you guys weren't here on, um, what was that, Friday? I think so. Uh, there was a cyber attack on Ukraine's one of parliament sites, embassy sites, sorry, um, where all of the pages were taken down and there was just some very weird warning that, basically prepare for what's about to come. It's about to get worse. And that, the fact that they hacked into this governmental site and dismantled it and just basically put up this grim warning. Like, it's nothing to toy with. Like, it's nothing to just shrug at and say, oh, it's nothing, it's whatever. Um, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that we're never going to actually know what's happening truly. Um, so just be mindful of this. And so why it worries me, and I did get to talk with quite a few friends today about what's going on, and we're all kind of under the same thing that yes, we might be. We are spreading our military because we're trying to help Ukraine, we're trying to help Taiwan, we're trying to help, Korea, um, Japan, like we're all over the Pacific and the Polynesian and South China Sea and everything. But our Navy is very very strong. Um, so I was reassured today that they didn't foresee it being too big of a problem. Um, but I'm keeping my eyes on this because our naval fleet is just astounding. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these ships. It was one of my favorite things living out in Hawaii to see these massive floating cities just at port. So, um, if you ever do get to go see, like, if you live close to San Diego or any of our big naval bases, just go out and check these things out, right? I mean, you would see the power that we have. So just keep this in mind. Oh, this paragraph, this was interesting. The documents also made it clear that Russia will not have veto power over the presence of nuclear weapons, troops, or conventional arms in NATO countries, but they open the door to talks on reciprocal restraints on short and medium range nuclear weapons, including the revival of the Intermediate Range Nuclear Force Treaty. And they say that the United States and its allies are willing to talk about mutual rules to limit the size and location of military exercises. Such as limits would assure that the exercises are far from borders and could not be mistaken for a force gathering for an invasion. So this is pretty huge, given everything that we're seeing with like North Korea and China and everybody trying to flex their arms about their nuclear programs. So there is that. So which I don't. I mean, let's be real, guys. Why we have nuclear weapons is kind of an asinine thing, right? I mean, I'm sorry, but if when you stop and think about it, if you have nuclear weapons and it's basically mutual assured self-destruction, why even have them? Right? Like nobody in their right mind is like, yes, this is the answer. This is a good idea. This is what we need to be doing. Because how we are as a world now, we're so connected, and our missiles and everything. Like you basically, if someone shoots one off, before that even makes it a fraction of the way around the world, the other countries are firing off their, like, it's literally mutual self-destruction. So why have them, right? Like it's just completely asinine. But whatever. Who am I? Um, so yeah, this is another article. For anybody in the Discord, I will let me copy all these over, since I know you guys aren't looking at my screen or anything unless you guys are on YouTube. Um, but yeah, this one basically is just going over again. Um, Putin's list of demands, and I did see something kind of funny today, because there are certain things Putin says or whatever. If you haven't watched some of his addresses to his country or anything like that, he had some points where you're like, "Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense, because we have to remember Putin, as big, bad, ugly man we're supposed to, believe he is, he's still a human, right? There has to be some common sense factor in there with him at some point. Um, but again, this is where it comes in that the article I was reading was that we need to stop um, casually accepting everything that Putin is saying. Because he does kind of try to dress things up in a very nice, pretty bow and make it seem like he's not a complete control freak. Um, but there's just there's a lot at play um, with the global leaders. So we just kind of have to keep our wits about us, like as the minority, the 99% or anything. We nobody at this point. It's like they all say very pretty words, and it's all broken promises, right? Just keep aware, stay aware of what's going on and who's talking with who and who's becoming buddy buddy, because the global world changes very quickly, right? Um, as we know, technology changes. It allows the world to change very rapidly. Um, but let me see. That's cool. It was probably the U.S. that did it. What? Oh, COVID is over. They need new crisis. What our Navy is strong. This is the Navy that just lost an entire ship to the Iranians. Okay, that's fair. They are men for the most part, and look at the need to protect strength. The difference between how the world reacts to Biden versus Trump. Oh gosh, don't even get me started on that one. We just won't even go on that one. I could go on a whole tangent about that. But yeah, no, I mean, our our Navy is very strong. Can't doubt that. Um, yeah, so U.S. rejects Russian demands. No concession, but said that he was offering Russia a serious diplomatic path forward. Russia had issued a written list of concerns about the expansion of a NATO military alliance and related securities, which is fine. You're allowed to You're allowed to question it. Said that the U.S. Response made its quote core principles clear, including Ukraine's sovereignty and its right to choose to be part of the security alliance such as NATO. Quote, there should be no doubt about our seriousness of purpose when it comes to diplomacy, and we're acting with equal focus and force to bolster Ukraine's defense and prepare a swift, united response to further Russian aggression. Um, but the thing that I have a problem with is, yeah, Blinken can say this, but they really haven't shown what they're doing to help. Yeah, we keep sending troops, we do all this other stuff, but there's not a lot of like just go pressure, right? I mean, I know it's a kind of a, but um, this is something I do want everyone to kind of just keep their eyes on is what is going on with Ukraine because this could be pretty huge um, in terms of the global world economy and how things are working. So then, if we want to take a step further, we have China flying warplanes over Taiwan after U.S.-Japan show of naval might. Um, so this is another thing that I was talking about is that yeah, we're over there, guys. And my hat is off to any of our military people that are over there or any of the contractors that are over there. Um, just stay safe. Um, so we have a lot going on, and so the reason I bring up Taiwan, and again, talking with some friends, they did request to be, kept anonymous for this information just because of different circumstances with their job. But I brought this to them because of Taiwan being um, the world leader in the as a chip maker, the microchip maker, and the semiconductors and things like that. So this is why, like, I know Adrian and a few other of you guys are looking to build computers or get new cars or anything like that, right? Um, this is why things are so stupid expensive right now, is because of the chip shortage, and we rely very heavily on Taiwan to manufacture the chips, and with COVID and supply chains and everything else like that, um, but they're just not there. I mean, because you have, um, here you go, billions in products with built-in electronics, including iPhones, personal computers, and cars, all without any obvious signs that they came from TSMC, which does the manufacturing for better-known companies that design them, like Apple. Um, and so these chips are in so many different things. And this is where I have this microchip usage. Um, So integrated circuit could be used in traffic lights, radios, or meters to turn on the device on or off. Parts of integrated circuits are the transistor that acts like an on and off switch. So when you think about that, you have televisions, you have phones, cars, manufacturing equipment, um, so your pieces of equipment that are in factories that create all of our stuff, everything is so industrialized to the point, we rely on robots and AI and all this other stuff. Well, these things require chips, and there are no chips. So, whenever what happens when all these, manufacturing plants can't get the um, technology to keep production running, production slows down, production stops. So, this is where this comes in. U.S. warns of the computer chip shortage could shut down in factories. That's what I was literally just talking about. So, why? What is the good news? Kind of, yeah, okay, I got you guys. So, I do have somebody that works within this industry that I was talking with, and come to find out, what we should have been doing all of this time. This is why I keep hounding and saying we need to bring the jobs back to the States and, put them in Europe and put them in Canada, whatever. Um, Manufacturing jobs like this need to be all around the world instead of relying on one place. And so there are very fast projects in the works right now, guys. This is the good news. This is the good news. So, I mean, it's not going to be an instant like, hey, we've got this. But very quickly, we should start seeing this not be a thing. Prices should start dropping for microchips and semiconductor type products. So that should start easing the effects of, increased costs on vehicles and cell phones, computer parts, whatever it may be. So, um, we need to keep our eyes on China. Isn't Florida setting up a chip factory? I believe so. I have to look into it, but I've heard rustling about that. I vote the U.S. not worry about the Ukraine at all. The only interest the U.S. has in making sure the defense company can sell their contracts. I could see that always. Um, I say when I say to keep your eye on it, I mean there are other reasons why the U.S. has, there's many reasons, but um, I don't think we'd ever. I mean, I think we can all agree that we don't want to see another country become under power of Russia, right? I don't think that would be a good thing. The CIA has been flying signal intercept planes out of Romania over the Black Sea and the Poland border for the past 5 months. Registration number. Oh, very cool. Nice. Hey, Kronk. But yeah, so this is the good news, guys. So it might take a year or two. That's the bad side, but they are trying to do this very fast and very efficiently, to where it will start easing it. So we will see, a little bit of an uptick in availability for microchips. So this is good. So, but yeah, this is where I wanted to touch on this because I know, like Adrian and I believe Dream and a few other people are looking at buying new computers or building computers or whatever it is, and I figured it was something that we needed to talk about. So that is why the graphics cards are so expensive. You have people mining crypto. They have people got locked into their houses, so they were building computers. So they, bought all the graphics cards. On top of that, the shortage happened. So yeah, there's perfect storm for a massive increase in price for graphics cards. Um, so then this is before we talk about. Uh, the announcements of today. So I do want to make this. Hambone actually brought this to my attention today. Not seen in 5 years. USDA issues alert over bird flu concerns. Here we effing go again with random shit. Um, Found in 3 ducks in Carolinas earlier this month. The United States of Agriculture is reminding hunters, farmers, and anyone else who works with birds to be vigilant. Already in the last 2 months, multiple cases have been detected in Canada and Europe, but these new cases are reportedly first seen in the wild in the United States in 5 years. And while Eurasia H5, whatever, um, is not considered a high risk to humans, the illness can quickly affect bird populations in the U.S. The same strain of flu decimated parts of the U.S. turkey industry in 2015, leaving more than 50 million birds dead. Most serious animal health disease incident in the country's history. Infected birds may not show symptoms at first, but ones to look out for include difficulty breathing, purple discoloration on the legs, and decrease in egg production. So this is really kind of affecting the chickens because our chickens haven't had enough problems keeping up lately. So I hope nobody really plans to go to B-dubs and get some wings or anything like that because, well, we might still not have them. Unless you want to. I think there was one post, like, chicken wings like that were just some astronomical amount of money now. Like, I don't even know. Um, so, yeah, maybe start raising our own chickens and getting our own eggs. I don't know, guys. This was just an interesting thing to see because and have Hambone come to me like, hey, there's a bird flu now, and I'm like, really, really? Because okay, um, no, we have to watch them. FM Taiwan is more important in my opinion, since they aren't going to be worrying about our own border. Well, yeah, Lord, Lord. Guys, if you guys don't live in the States, it's just kind of a mess here. Um, it's still, I am still grateful for where I live, but the world's a mess, guys. The world's just a mess. Um, all right, so today with Powell and stock market, all of the craziness we saw. So today is the 26th. Today is the day that I called out for a day to watch, and I will be damned if I wasn't kind of laughing my way when I saw GameStop run to what was it, like 118, yeah, almost $119 today. I was kind of laughing today. I was like, man, that is good. That is good. And AMC got up there too, and it was at $18. So there's $100 difference between the two, which okay, that's pretty solid. That seems pretty on par for how they've been kind of for the last year, right? Um, but it was, I don't know if actually anybody paid attention to it truly today, but we watched as the market kind of flatlined for most of the day, if not went in a downward trajectory for most of the day, right? But you saw AMC and GME, and I believe, was it kind of BlackBerry, but not really. But AMC and GME just kind of did their own damn thing today, which was fantastic to see. And I know, I'm gonna have my GME people and my AMC people that are totally separate, whatever. But damn it, you cannot deny the fact that their charts look pretty damn similar. Okay, can't deny it. So that tells me that there was someone was starting to kind of poke the bear. Someone poked the bear today, and the bear woke up and said, let's fucking go. Because there was no reason. There was no reason for it today. There was absolutely nothing. There was no big announcements. It was the 26th. It was literally just the 26th today. And they both did their thing. So I and then to see, you can, I mean, on literally on the charts, you can see when they started talking about, the good news, about 1:30, um, about an hour before Powell went on, and they were talking about how the economy's doing and whatever, and like the stock market started going up. I mean, everything just kind of went on an uptick, which was kind of interesting to see. But sorry, guys. But then it was a thing of Powell took the stage and everything just tanked. And we were sitting here talking. We were going, man, this is gonna be a big rug pull. This is gonna be one of the biggest rug pulls ever. And sure enough, like my mom had said, like, oh, SoFi is really going up and everything like that. And I was like, it's a rug pull. If you want to get out now because it's gonna crash. And sure enough, everything after Powell just tanked. And I was going, oh man, this is gnarly. So. It was definitely this is not a good sign. This is not a good sign. Um, so the biggest takeaway, the Fed will raise its policy interest rate above the inflation rate sooner rather than later. Why this is a big thing. They should have been doing this over a year ago. They should have increased rates minusculely over the last 12 to 18 months to kind of keep up with inflation, right? Now they're chasing inflation. This is bad. As we've talked about this numerous times. They say it's at 7%. We know better. We know better that it's higher than that. Um, I'm not even gonna get into it with my grocery bill lately. Like I'm sorry, but when you have half a cart of groceries, and that half a cart of groceries, and this is shopping around. This is going to making sure that you get the best deals. Um, and it's really, and we do try to eat healthy. Like we don't try to buy too much of the junk, right? Like we don't buy like ho-hos and all that kind of stuff. Like we're talking like ground beef, um, things to make like tacos, spaghetti, um, chicken, pork chops and stuff. Healthy food, salad, and whatever. Um, to get those kinds of things, a um, half a cart of groceries was like 250, and that's kind of obscene. That shouldn't be a thing. Like I remember gosh, I remember like 250 you could you could eat for 2.5 weeks. So I don't know. Um, So inflation's more than 7%. I'm just gonna call that now, given the fact that fuel alone is like 43%. Um, but yeah, so they're basically chasing, and they really, and that's why I sent out that tweet before Powell even took the stage. I sent out that tweet that, um, who's ready to see him deflect? Who's ready to see him not answer anything? Well, that's exactly what he did. Nice chickens. I had chickens once. You think maybe it had to do with reverse repos? There used to be 81 counterparties, and today this is only. It could be. I haven't gotten really. Oh, for the stock market. I have not gotten to look into the reverse repo. Today. I'll look into it for sure. It's just interesting that AMC and like just all of this stuff going on, right? Just how it's all going. Um, Counterparties released. Sorry, I'm reading, guys. Um, anyway, um, yeah, needless to say, they passed the buck. They didn't want to answer. They don't. They just kept saying we'll visit it in the future. We'll kick it down kick the can down the road a little bit longer. Um, so that's where I wanted to kind of pull this up. Why is the Fed raising interest? Why is the Fed raising interest rates? Um, Short term, they're essentially down to zero. Fed quickly cut rates to zero at the beginning of COVID in an attempt to soften the blow of the sharp recession that began that month. Blah blah blah. And they're either ignorant or just too nearsighted to actually know what the hell they did then. Because I mean, anybody that was paying attention, you're like, why are we going down to zero? Like this isn't. Oh boy. High inflation means the price people pay for goods and services are continually going up, especially for basic items like meat, gasoline, as well as for manufactured goods like cars. So down here, what does that mean for consumers and business? So this is kind of the important part I wanted to show you guys. Simply put, higher interest rates means borrowers would need to pay more for the loans they get. If the Fed lifts interest rates this year by 0.75%, um, as expected, this would translate into about $45,000 in additional interest payments on a 30-year, $300,000 mortgage. And I don't know if you guys have been pricing houses lately, but 300,000 it kind of gets you an okay house most places. If you're up in the Midwest or anywhere that's not, okay, not in the Midwest or the Central Plains. If you're in those areas, 300,000 that gets you a pretty damn good house. But I know in my area the average cost is like 350,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2 baths with a non-attached neighbor that you can spit on. Um, so, but yeah, so if you want to borrow to start a business, pay for college, buy a car, do anything else, you should expect your borrowing costs to be higher later this year. On the other hand, a higher rate is good news for savers and investors as their returns from activities like making deposits and buying bonds will go up. Imagine that. So, just be prepared. Be prepared. As they say, nothing's more certain than death and taxes. Well, this is just another way to tax, and because the inflation rate's just going crazy, they have to chase it. I saw our president on TV today. He said inflation is high because of chips. I know we just talked about this, but that's it. That's the only reason today. However, the last week he blamed it on the meat industry. D, I am trying to not get canceled off of YouTube, damn it. I'm trying my damnedest. um, I just can't. I'm not even gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not poking the bear. I'm just not doing it. Um, yeah. Anyway, so that's basically what I have for you guys tonight. Oh Lord. Um, Sam's run for me, 5 items, $170. Yeah, truck nerd. Like that's what I'm saying. This is stupid. Inflation is the expansion of money and credit prices are the result. They may raise before March. Yeah, I believe that. You went tinfoil hat, but about the Fed. The Fed knows exactly what they have been doing. It's a form of population control. The less people who can afford to provide for a family, the less likely you are to start one. Oh yeah, no, no, 100% always, always. Um, it's it's really kind of disgusting. It's really disgusting to see how the world's working right now. Um, we live in a first world country with third world problems popping up. I mean, there's more. I mean, gosh, just go to Venice Beach. Go to. Um, I mean, there's so many tent cities now. There's so many homeless. There's people. I mean, we're starting to see the effects of, the random finally being lifted back in October. People are losing their places because the court systems are popping, finally catching up and closing on evictions and foreclosures and things like that. Um, it's it's absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy what we see. Um, but this is where we stay aware, we stay vigilant, we keep helping people where we see fit. Um, I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink, right? So, if you have people that, you know, didn't pay their rent or didn't pay their mortgage and they had the money to do it and they squandered it away, um, then that's a big and I'm wondering, I'm very curious to know if the government knew that would happen, right? Like, it's just people not wanting to do what they have to do, but what they want to do. Um, it's a very interesting sociological discussion, I guess. But that's for another day. But um, that's all I have. Does anybody in the Discord want to come up, speak your piece, or anything like that? If not, I have around 30. What? It's okay. I have something else to take care of, and I will do that. Nice dream. So 30. So you must sell the eggs. Oh, big farm. Give them away to family friends. That's so awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah, I would love to have some chickens. My mother keeps laughing at me for it, but I don't care. She keeps telling me that I'm gonna be the one to go into the chicken coop and get the eggs, and I keep telling her I'm sending our daughter in with a pail on her head to protect her head from being pecked. So that's kind of the running joke. Thanks, existent. I appreciate you. Um, but yeah, I that is all I have for you guys tonight. Friday, Friday we'll kind of keep an eye on what else is going to come out. Tomorrow I know Boss Blunts has a big thing that he's looking at for tomorrow. So I guess the markets are supposed to. I mean, markets are going to just be crazy from now on. But um, I guess tomorrow he said keep your eye on the markets. He has some big things put on with like the VIX and the all the inverses and stuff. Um, so just be prepared for that, which I thought was pretty cool. That me and him are kind of on the same trend. But Friday, I am doing an entire podcast on the metaverse. We're going to break this thing down, breaking down what NFTs are, because I'm getting a lot of questions about it, which I think is awesome. Um, NFTs, the metaverse, crypto. We're gonna go all over that because it's very fascinating to me, and I'm wanting to help people understand this new part of the world before it really starts popping off. Because people are making all kinds of crazy money right now in that space with NFT space and the crypto space. And I'm not talking like Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm talking like Solana and Algo and things like that. Um, And then, so my other big announcement is if you guys are going to be wanting, if you guys want to learn how to build a metaverse. So this is where, Bullhouse, you know how I am. I want to help people, keep and grow their wealth. Um, there isn't just one metaverse, right? There's not just one. The metaverse is made up of many different metaverses. And I want to help people learn how to build their own because each metaverse is going to be unique in its own characteristics. And um, if we can help teach how to build different metaverses, so I mean, these could be regular games, this could be like Sims, it could be, survival games or whatever it is, but people are wanting to buy into the metaverses, and I would love to see what worlds people can create. I did find a way for collaboration, so if people feel comfortable being able to help build our metaverse, I will also show that on Friday. I've been posting pictures and screen grabs on Twitter. Whether or not people are seeing them, that's another question. Again, um, but so we'll be going over that. So I am going to um, kind of put out a call sheet on Friday, um, that if people want to join in and kind of work together on a metaverse, I would love people to be able to just jump in and work on the one I'm working on, but I'm kind of sketched out right now with that idea. Um, because if you're brand new, you can delete things, and oh god, that would not be fun on so many levels right now. So I'm going to open up a world, a joint world where if people want to get in and help try to build it and learn and work alongside each other to build a metaverse, and then you guys can launch it on, we can work through the whole process. It'll be a whole metaverse project of, building the world, setting the roadmap for it, what the utility is for it, um, and then creating, a token for it, or, creating the NFTs and launching it. Like, I'm kind of wanting to do this as a whole big project, and everybody would be able to share into it. And then when people start, it'd be a way for the community, say, I see the air just came in. Um, for some reason he went MIA because he likes to fly off to Russia and have parties or something. I think that's what I saw on Twitter. Um, we all build it. He's MIA. He's working on another project, but he wants to buy a piece of land in the metaverse that Dream and Adrian and Johnny, like all of them built, right? So then they actually can split the money. And this helps build the growth and the wealth and everything, right? Or however you want to work it. So it's something I really want to help the community do. Um, Something to hang out with too. So that is my big thing for today. Because like I said, I'm all about helping everybody kind of build and advance and evolve into the ever-changing world of technology. And I hate to say it, yes, the metaverse area, that space is here and is not going anywhere. So, um, do you know how capital gains work when you purchase at different dates? Um, okay, let me write that. Nelson, we'll cover that on Friday. I don't want to. I will put a whole thing together for you on Friday. We'll go over capital gains because I know people are gonna start selling their stuff. Let me. Where'd my pen go? Um, I believe Hambone has stolen my pen. And of course, I only have one pen on my desk. Okay, copy and paste. Let me screen grab this. Um, but yeah, Nelson, cash. We will have a lesson in capital gains too. Copy. I'm gonna put this in trade talk. Paste that here. Cover on Friday. There we go.
Someone say capital gains.
Whoa. Hello.
Howdy.
Hi. Long time no talk. He is alive. Oh, and existent. Existent. You've been down there lurking, you turds.
I just heard Citadel Air, and I was like, "Wow,
Oh,
really?"
I see. Do you see this, guys? You see my team? I'm up here all by myself for an hour, and hey guys.
You realize it's like 5 degrees outside of my house right now, so I don't really want to hear it.
That's what you get for living in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I know.
So I can give a quick answer on the capital gains question if we want to get a little bit of detail. Sounded like somebody was asking how are capital gains processed if you purchase at different dates. Capital gains are all in the United States. Capital gains is really when you become a long holder, which means you held the shares for over a year. Any one particular lot, which is a chunk that you bought on one date, if you sold beyond 1 year from the date you bought it, should be in capital gains taxes instead of income taxes. It's still income taxes, but it's not on your like W-2 or salary tax rate.
Yeah. Well, and I was gonna. I mean, there's a whole bunch. Thank you, existent. I was just gonna say there's a whole shit ton of stuff to cover with capital gains taxes, and because I figure like with wash sales and so yeah. Well, existent. If you want to help me put together a little 15-minute blurb, or sit there, whoever.
Either or. Did you just see? No, it's like not to completely sidetrack or hijack your dealio, but Bloomberg Terminal Alert just said something about China breaking up Evergrande.
That's amazing. Say goodbye to the real estate market, guys.
Yeah, I'll take I'll forward you the it'll probably be out in mainstream news. I don't know in 15, 20 minutes, but I just saw the alert pop up when Existent was talking, so I'll forward it to you for your reading pleasure.
I appreciate it. Always says kind of off topic, but not really. Hope you get a chance to check out Atar and YouTube, mainly his American Lies videos and STFU video. Okay, I will try. That's why DRV is up. Yep. Did I read the article I sent you on Twitter about 4.5 trillion loan from Fed? No, I have not. I didn't read that. Rocket. I will read that. There were 2 free ones in Adobe Suite. Was the paid one? Hopefully Ken and Rocket are answering. So, um, same time Friday, yes, Trip. Same time 10. 10 p.m. I'm late. I know I was late tonight, guys. But normally we are on at 10 p.m. Eastern. Um, so yeah, we're usually on at 10 p.m. I was just an hour late tonight trying to get my daughter to sleep. Um, can you guys give the name of the programs to download? That way people. Oh yes, 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 yes. So thank you, Adrian. My wife thinks I'm a crazy person for wanting to learn more about the metaverse. Hey, I completely understand, Dream. I completely understand. So, if you guys want to be joining into the project, it is Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 is what you need to download to be a part of what we're doing. If you also want to download Blender, these are both free softwares. They do not cost you a thing to do. Now, if you want to get into the asset, there's marketplaces for holy crap, info dump. Um, there is there are things that you can buy for assets and things like that, but you don't have to do that. You can learn how to build your own assets through Blender and transfer them in, creating meshes, creating materials and things. Um, so that's where I said Blender and Unreal Engine 5. You can do 4, but you're going to smack your head on the keyboard 100,000 times. I am really enjoying Unreal Engine 5 because the lighting aspect alone is just enough to be like, this is amazing. So, those are the 2 projects, 2 um, softwares that you'll need to do this. Also, what's the YouTube channel? Bull House. Yes. So I will copy link. There you go, Trip. So yeah, that is all I have. I am going to be going over the metaverse here in a bit in the Discord. If you guys want to continue hanging out and we can kind of talk and I can answer questions, I'm going to pop down into the break room channel. If everybody can find that, I will be down there, so I can share screens and everything else, and we can kind of talk, and you guys can ask me questions as you see fit if you want to hang out or whatever. That's where I'll be. But everybody on YouTube, it's been real, it's been fun. I'm out of here. Good night, guys.